Hi, my friends. I decided to read a nonfiction book today. A lot of you enjoy nonfiction. I've been doing lots of fiction books, so I thought we'll do nonfiction, which means it has true facts in it. You're going to notice photographs, which a lot of nonfiction books have, headings, things we talked about in class. Remember, it might even have an index. Be looking for things that tell you it's nonfiction. And of course, when you retell nonfiction, you retell the most important facts. And for me, when I read nonfiction, I read a little bit, stop and think about what I learned, and read a little bit more and stop and think about it. Take notes. You can do anything you want to help remember the facts. Butterfly and caterpillar. Here is a butterfly. Have you ever seen a butterfly like this one? It's called a cabbage white butterfly, and it lives in parks and gardens. There are many different kinds of butterflies. They all start life as tiny eggs like this. So we have a diagram, a drawing. This book will tell you how a butterfly comes from an egg. Here are a male butterfly and a female butterfly. Look at these two butterflies. Male, female. See the labels? Can you see that each butterfly has two pairs of wings? The female butterfly has black spots on her front wings. The male does not have spots on his front wings. Now look at the photograph. The male butterfly and the female butterfly are mating. They stay like this for about 2 hours. Then the male flies away and the female is ready to lay her eggs. The butterfly lays her eggs. The butterfly looks for the right place to lay her eggs. Look at this picture. Can you see the long antenna on the butterfly's head? The butterfly uses her antenna to smell each plant. She will lay her eggs on a cabbage leaf. Now look at the photograph. The butterfly sticks each yellow egg underneath a leaf. After she has laid her eggs, the butterfly will die. Notice they talked about how the antenna smell. And that fact that after she lays the eggs, she does die. This butterfly does. Caterpillars come out of the eggs. Here are the butterfly's eggs. This photograph shows the eggs very large. In real life, the eggs are about the size of a pinhead. Inside each egg, a caterpillar is beginning to grow. After 10 days, the eggs are ready to hatch. Look at the big photograph. Each caterpillar eats a hole in its eggshell and wiggles out. The caterpillars are very hungry. They eat the empty eggshells. The caterpillars grow very fast. Now the caterpillars start to eat the cabbage plant. They only like to eat cabbage. That's this kind of plant, this kind of butterfly, not all butterflies. Look at the photograph. The caterpillar is using its strong jaws to munch through a leaf. It eats all the time and grows very quickly. As the caterpillar grows, its skin gets too tight. Soon the caterpillar's skin begins to split like this. The caterpillar has a new skin underneath. It will change skins 4 times before it's fully grown. You can see it splitting. The caterpillar is fully grown. After 3 weeks, the caterpillar is fully grown. Look at the photograph. The caterpillar has a hairy body. It's divided into 13 segments. Here is a drawing of a caterpillar. So you can see all the different segments, and it's got labels for eyes, legs, leg, air holes. The caterpillar's eyes are small, so it cannot see very well. It breathes through air holes on the side of its body. Look at the caterpillar's legs. It uses its legs and feet to grip onto the leaf. The caterpillar finds a place to rest. The caterpillar stops eating. It crawls away from the cabbage plant and finds a safe place to rest. Soon the caterpillar starts to spin a silk thread. The thread comes out of a hole which is just below the caterpillar's mouth. Look at the photograph. This caterpillar is resting on a garden fence. It makes a pad of silk thread to lie on. Then it spins a silk thread around its body. This thread holds the caterpillar onto the fence. If you look super carefully, you can see that thread. That's the only thing holding it on. The caterpillar turns into a chrysalis. Soon the caterpillar's skin begins to split like this. Can you see the old skin coming off and the shiny green case underneath? The caterpillar has turned into a chrysalis. Look at the big photograph. The new chrysalis is soft, but in a few hours it will harden. Can you see this thin thread on the chrysalis? This will keep the chrysalis from falling off its silk pad. So look again, there it is. There's that one little thread holding it on. It's kind of amazing, isn't it? A butterfly comes out of the chrysalis. The chrysalis stays on its silk pad for weeks or even months. Inside the chrysalis, a butterfly is growing. Can you see the spots on the butterfly's wings inside this chrysalis? The butterfly is ready to come out. The butterfly pushes from inside until the case splits open. Then it slowly struggles out of the case. Its wings are soft and crumpled like a damp cloth. This is when you have to not touch the butterflies. I think I've told you before, we keep our hands off, right? They have little tiny scales on their bodies that we don't want to touch. And when they're wet like this, it could damage them so they can't fly. So we keep our hands off while it's drying. The butterfly dries its wings. The butterfly is very tired. It rests on the empty chrysalis. Slowly its wings unfold. After about an hour, the butterfly's wings are the right shape, but they are still damp and soft. The butterfly will have to wait for about 2 hours before its wings are dry. Then it will be ready to fly. The butterfly gets food from flowers. Flowers make a sugary liquid called nectar. The butterfly uses its long, hollow tongue to suck up the nectar. It's sort of like drinking through a straw. Look at the photograph. Can you see the butterfly's tongue poking into the flower? When the butterfly is not feeding, its tongue is kept curled up. Soon the female butterfly will mate and lay some eggs like this. What do you think will happen to the eggs? And they show that all of the facts that we've learned that you could retell. So you can go through and start with picture 1, what's happening, picture 2, picture 3, and this will help you with retelling. I noticed there is an index in this book. Remember, not all nonfiction has an index, but some do. This one does. Okay. I hope you enjoyed learning about butterflies, and especially this cabbage butterfly. Remember, you're doing some writing. You could write nonfiction. Now that you have some new information, you could write a whole nonfiction piece about butterflies. Remember, you want to put a beginning, telling your topic. You want to put 3 main ideas with details. You could draw labels. You can draw headings. You could make your own index. We want an ending that wraps up what it's about. Good descriptive words. All those things we learned about writing nonfiction. You don't have to. You might want to write nonfiction about something else, but this would be a great idea. Maybe get some more books on butterflies. All right, friends, talk to you later.